Good afternoon, YouTube. This is your man, all the way, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, I hope you enjoy this day. Today is Memorial Day. We remember those who sacrificed their lives to protect the freedoms of this country. And much respect to anybody out there. I mean, I hope you enjoyed your holiday. I know where I'm living at right here in North Carolina, it has been kind of wet and gloomy since Saturday. I mean, and I know people want to go to the beach. Uh, it wasn't a good day to go. I think it was like really stormy, but hey, it kind of broke the little bit of drought we had because sometimes you have a drought in this area because not enough water, so we have enough water to last till the start of the summer. So anyway, here I got my tag team partner, my Ace Boom Tools, the head of the Emperor Jen here, and I like the avatar you got there, bro. Who's that? I mean,
Heather, Heather Armbrust.
Oh wow, yeah, I remember Heather. From what I see from now, she can come back. But I doubt she does because I remember somebody said she has arthritis. I don't think she wants to come back and compete, but she might come. I don't know. From what I see on social media, she I don't know. She might come out of retirement and compete again. I mean, she looks really buff. She looks in good condition, but it's up to her. If she wants to come back. Here we have someone come through. He's really up because this is like I think got to be like about 12 o'clock his time. This other man, Roy, is oh my God, Gengeros, whose ass is that? He said that's Heather Amberst, or Heather Parlicki. Amberst was a married name, but but people remember her back in the day as Heather Parlicki. Pretty eyes, great physique. I think she probably would kill it now today if she was competing in like physique. I think she's more physique type. But anyway, we'll talk a little bit.
Yeah, but I think this might be her in 2007's Olympia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, send me the whole picture. I posted on the community section. Anyway, so we're gonna do a little talk about Jen's experience in New York. We won't be on it too long because, like I say, I think he enjoyed himself. We want to finish up a little some, and have some also talks about his thoughts of the upcoming season, and also we're gonna talk about something else too while we're here. So, you enjoy yourself in New York, didn't you, son?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So yeah, and you get to see anybody else there, or you just like other than putting your hands around my woman?
No, there really wasn't that many people there as a guest was. For some reason, Wings of Strength didn't have a booth there. I don't know why. Maybe they weren't a sponsor this year.
Mm-hmm. What I'm hearing about Ring of Strength is they're kind of backing off from sponsoring shows outside of what they own, because I know most of them sponsor put their booths in shows like Atlanta, I think Romanian, and most definitely the World Championships. I don't know. They used to be really cool with Tim Gardner. And I thought they might have one in Chicago or maybe at Tampa, but I don't know. And I think they're focusing more on about promoting shows. Like the sad thing is that you know we don't have the Linda Murray Savannah show this year, and you think that that'd be show to try to keep up. The focus is a lot more on the new Master show coming up, and that's good. Give Master the place, but still, women's bodybuilding still has few shows that are Olympic qualifications, especially here in the States. I think a few less than overseas because you say the only you think about it, there's only three right now is like Olympic qualifications in the United States.
Test 1, 2, 3. Test. I hate when this happens. There's a lot less shows for women bodybuilding than there are for the men or even other divisions. Let's see if I can bring it up. Have technical difficulties here, folks. Yeah, so for the 2023 schedule, IFBB Professional League, you got Vancouver Island, which just happened. New York Pro, which just happened. We got the Toronto Pro Super Show, which is supposed to happen June 4th. Mr. Big Evolution Pro, July 9th. Linda Murray Atlanta Pro, July 5th to 16th. Chicago Pro, July 21 through 22. Tampa Pro, August 4th through 5th. Pro League Masters Olympia, August 26th through 27th, Romania. Pro World Championships, September 3rd. European Pro Championships, September 17th. Rising Phoenix Pro, September 30th. Miss Olympia, November 3rd through 5th. And Romania Muscle Fest, November 10th through 12th. And then we got the Ben Weider Natural Pro, November 17th through 18th. So that's the current schedule going on. And a few more things from New York, basically. I feel like should have been probably more competitors than we got. I feel like honestly we got more competitors for Vancouver than we did for the New York Pro.
I'm back. I don't know what happened. We just had a little technical difficulty on my end. My Wi-Fi went out my Wi-Fi went out for a minute, and now it's back on. So, what did I miss? Because
I was just going over the schedule. I just told everybody what the women's bodybuilding schedule will be for this year. And just, my comments that, I think the New York Pro should have had more competitors. Because honestly, I think Vancouver had more, and that's sort of like a, let's see. not as important, but it's kind of in the periphery
Well,
area.
actually, Vancouver only had 8, while New York had 10.
Okay, so there
Yeah,
was more
because it
competitors.
was more because they had at least 3 more competitors than they had for women's physique in Vancouver, and so that's a big thing right there. We got my man here, KL the Wonder. He says, "Hey, hey, KL supposed to be doing an interview today with the lovely Paige Sabrin. Lovely lady at the interview a while back. And I might check it out later if he has time." Also, Roy says, "I think Mila will beat Michaela at Atlanta. Maybe shape is far more superior." And I know, well, I posted a thing a while back that I thought Michaela was doing Atlanta. I don't know if she's doing it or not because she said that she hadn't announced it because when they did put a picture on the cover for the poster for the Atlanta show. Because usually when you put the cover, you usually have more than one competitor. Then when I saw it, I thought it was more like an announcement. She's correct, so it wasn't an announcement. It was just that they have it on the cover. I said, wow. I mean, you usually put like you're gonna have a show like that. You usually put like not just the winner, but also all the other divisions on there too. So it won't be so exclusive that one person. But that's it's
Yeah.
Linda Murray show. So here's just my man Jen says, Jen stopped tempting me with that muscle booty. Well,
Mhm.
don't look at it, you know. But you can't help but to look at it. I mean, it's like staring at the sun. But yeah. I mean, this is which I think most definitely. I think some women should step up. I think some women are not ready yet to compete. I think some are like taking the time and still working on a few things, making some adjustments. I know I'm really cool with Andrew Sauer. She posted that she gained 5 pounds since New York.
Wow.
And I don't know if she's going to do any other show. Andrea, she don't want to go too far. She might try to do Chicago or try to do Atlanta because that not that many shows that close to California. Chicago probably one, or maybe Atlanta be one. I don't think she can go out. She already went to Toronto before. She already been to Canada before. I don't think she's gonna do. I don't know if she's doing Toronto or not. I know that Junior Wetzel's gonna do that show, and I saw that um you know Teresa Vasic signed to do the show.
Yeah.
So those are 2 names we know. And yes, I heard about what Roy talked about Mia Ash doing Atlanta, but also another show's coming up and it's technically Olympic qualification, but to me, it's not really Olympic qualification. You can say as long as you have top level competitors like Andrea Shaw still competing there, and because Miss Olympia competing there, you're not gonna. It's gonna be tough to beat Andrea. And then you have some other women who probably already get a qualification of this show. They already put out the list for the Rising Phoenix.
Can you post it?
I'm about to pull it up in a minute. I had it a while ago, but then my little situation happened, so I have to get it again. So, and it's kind of it's not too many names as it was the last couple of years. I think, was Week the Strength they no longer had the ambassador program, and it's supposed to go another route, and you see it now. I just pulled it up, and this is the list for the Rising Phoenix this year. Yeah, and generally, you might well say most of it is the same, same old. Many of the, what I would say the usual suspects, on here. Most notably, let me see. So it's not right here. Wait a minute. Ooh, I did something wrong. Something's going on. Something's wrong with my what's the face. Um, keep talking for a good bit. Let me just bow out for a minute. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. I wasn't removed. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah. Oh, man, I gotta look at that list myself because I want to see who it was. I only got like a snapshot of it now, so let's see. Shucks, list. Sorry about how unprofessional this is, folks. Let's see. Instagram.
All right, I'm back here. All right, and you see the list. I'm about to span it because I was having issues because something wrong going on. Uh, KS says he, that profile displayed, but I'm not mad. I'm not too mad. Well, you should be mad, period. But anyway, this is the list for the Rising Phoenix. We had 20 ladies on here. Well, technically 19 because one, we're not certain that they're going to make the show because the last couple of years, the Miss International winner has not competed since 2020. The last Miss International to compete in 2020 was Patty Hansen. In the last 2 years, the ladies who won it have not competed. So they, you all, as you know, if you win the Miss International show, which is a pro qualifier at Chicago, you go to the Miss Olympia, you go to the Rising Phoenix. But so we're gonna say 19 confirmed competitors, unless somebody drops out, is on this list. So we're going by. We all know who's first on the list. That's Andrea Shaw, and Andrea is, as you know, she's a champion, three-time Miss Olympia, three-time Miss Rising Phoenix champion. So she's on automatically. Mela Ash, who took second last year's on this list, and you know, Mela is going to do Atlanta. Michaela Aycock is on the list. So Michaela, she's there. She took third last year, and she was in the top 10 at the Olympia. Leah Denny, who took fourth last year, is on this list. We're wondering if Leah could do any shows. I know she did Chicago last year, and then I remember I was talking to her on social media for my old IG channel got hacked. She took a break because she wants more time with her kids, and she only did the Rise Feeding last year. She only did 2 shows. Rochelle Boswell, who's in this show. We don't know if Rochelle can do any other shows this year. Knowing her, she lives in Chicago. She might try to do Chicago. But now with the points qualifications gone, and now with no Puerto Rico Pro, she has a slim chance of making the Olympia this year. A very slim chance. Nikki Chartrand, who hadn't competed at the Rising Phoenix since 2021. It's been a while since she's Nikki Chartrand, and she's usually these usual suspects out there, but last year she wasn't competing. Desanka Dawson, who this year says she switched over from physique to women's bodybuilding. And, I think I know some women who are going to be kind of rubbed broad about this, that this chick who probably had, I don't know, I think the Desanka supposed to do a show. I think she's doing Chicago. I'm not sure. And, and she just switched over from physique to women's bodybuilding. I think some ladies I know may not like this. That's like to say, she hasn't proved herself yet in their mindset. Chelsea Dion. And I thought Chelsea said she could take a break, but my guess, because Chelsea's very popular, they invited her. So, Julie Furry, we haven't seen her compete since last year. Julie is very popular. She, I don't know if she, like I said, there's only a couple of shows that is Olympic qualifications overseas for this year. That's the Portugal and Europa show. As you know, the remaining muscle fest is for 2024, and the Masters Olympia show is for Masters. Natalia Kovaleva, who just won at Chicago, New York, she's gonna be the show. Renee Marvin, wow, that's big. You get invited. She just had to compete for almost 10 years and get invited to the Rising Phoenix. LaDonna Day, who we have not seen her compete since 2021. She gets invited. Christina Mendoza, who also hadn't competed since I think 2021. She's getting invited. Tina Olick, Miles is a regular suspect. Hoping she to do a show. There's not that, like I said, so few opportunities to qualify here in the States. So I hope she does get an opportunity. Cher Priami, who qualified by winning the Vancouver Island show. Virginia Sanchez, she's also not a usual suspect. She only it says Portugal and Europa show, and she probably might do the Europa show because if it's not on the same week, if the Europa show is not the same week as the Rise of Phoenix, you know, Virginia might do the Europa show because that's in the backyard of Spain. Melissa Tyke, who switched it over, who competed the last 2 years at the Arizona Pro, who won the Arizona Pro back in 2021, took second 2022, and now coming back to compete at the Rising Phoenix. It's another one that's just switched over, and I think someone who feel like they deserve to get invited are going to be a little bit rough draw about this. Tina Williams, my dear friend, Miss Tina Williams, and she's a usual suspect. She's been competing there for the last ever since she won Miss International back in I think 2017. She's been competing consistently at the Rising Phoenix, and then Angela Yo, and Angela, she's number 2 behind Andrea. So, that's pretty good. Now, who's missing from this list? As I said, there's some usual suspects that are missing from that list. And most definitely, one person I would say is Mona Persillet.
I think you're missing one person even higher than her, and that's Hello Trevino. She's barely qualified.
Well, that's right, because Hella, I think she's want to be more focused on
Olympia.
Yeah, I think, and this might be her last year, but notice the last year, I think she might wanted to compete at this show. She's won it twice. And like I said, Janine Mikowski, who's been the show at least several times ever since she started Rising Phoenix. And then, who else am I trying to think of? Irene Anderson.
Yep.
She's not there either. That's like at least 3 or 4 usual suspects. And then it's like Donna Solis, she getting invited where Donna had to run the show. So, I think a couple of ladies would probably love to get invited to the show, but seeing that people like Melissa Tyke and the Sanka Dawson get invited, and one person who deserves to get invited, who really deserves to get invited to this show, is Michelle Britt. She should get invited. I know she's doing the master show, but she deserves to get invited because she is the last of the true female bodybuilders. There's not that many women in the sport right now. If you go to the list, many women either one point start out as bikini, some did figure, some and physique. But not that many are what we call true female bodybuilders.
I think maybe the exception would be like somebody like maybe Mona Persillet.
Yeah, I think Mona always been. I don't think Mona ever did physique or figure. I try to remember. I think she's always been kind of a true bodybuilder, but I think she might have done figure for a minute. If I can think back of it, she probably did figure. But yeah, there's I mean, it's somewhere. You know how it is. But with like Hella, she is truthfully her, and I will honestly say her and Michelle are the last of true female bodybuilders.
Yep.
There's no other women who have not been gotten sports straight in bodybuilding. Not that many anymore. Because But here, my man Roy says, the Sanka can be an amazing bodybuilder if she fills out. That thing is, she has to fill out. Because I think, watching Melissa Tyke, she looks impressive. I mean, she looks really impressive. And I think, there's a good chance she might crack top 5 of the show. Especially, you don't have Ashley Hadley at the show. Ashley's out because she's going through her medical issues right now. And someone like Mona's out. And, she's possibly a top, I think possibly top 5 is going to be, most definitely going to say, without doubt, it's going to be Andrea. Good chance that Angela might take number 2. Number 3 might go to Mela. 4 to I could see Michaela. And the 5 is up in the air.
Yeah.
5 is all depending because Leah Dillon's been climbing up. If Leah comes in good condition, she can take 5. But if the Sanka come in good condition, or Julia Furry, we can't forget Natalia. Natalia might even take second and just push, Angela a little down the line. So we can let's say this. Let's say it's possible. Andrea first.
Yao second.
Hmm?
Yao second.
Yao second. Natalia third. Let's say Mila at fourth, and Michaela at fifth.
Yep. That's pretty good. So,
And yeah, that's a good. With I think a good chance, maybe uh Melissa Tyke coming in 6, or maybe depending on how she looks, the Sonic Dawson coming in 6. Depending on how they
so
look.
here's one name that I find is also inserted from the list. Why is Julia Weitzel not on the list? Considering she's gotten second at 2 shows already, and she just started competing in bodybuilding, so that's pretty impressive.
And I'm surprised that Teresa Vasquez not on the list.
Yeah, that's another name.
That's another name. I don't know. If you're gonna invite so people like I said, we have not seen either Melissa or Desanka action yet. We have seen Julia did 2 shows and a third, and she's about to do a third this Sunday. That's the Toronto Pro. So I don't know. It's a lot of these good ladies. They usually, the same thing you have to put in your invitation. Usually, someone usually tells me when that happens. That happens around about the invite things that you get putting your application in by, I think March. Before March, and then they go through the women who put in the application in, and it's going to be usually like 20 something women. Then you get the one who does win the Miss International. She gets automatic invite.
Yeah.
In the last 2 years, the last 2 women who won it, they didn't come. The one lady, Sandra Herwin, she didn't win. The other lady, Hansley, whatever she is from Australia, she didn't come. So I don't know. I can't explain it to you. I feel like most definitely, um, Michelle Britton should get invited. Just cause.
Yeah. Yeah, I just find that this event should be like very similar to the Miss International, and the top women in sport should be getting the invites. Like when I don't see some of the top women there, I just go, it's just weird.
Well, it's going more by who's more popular, and then women who are on the list are one-time were ambassadors. Because they don't have the ambassador program this year. They dropped the ambassador program. So they're supposed to go in another direction. So don't say just say you drop the program, because what I heard was too much people I think it was too many people complaining about this and that, this and that, and I think because Jake is taking the wing string to another direction, promoting shows, and because he's not. You got to think about he promotes. He's promoted the show in Romania, which is technically a checker change. And they was promoting the Savannah show with Linda Murray, but they cut it down to 1 show for Linda, which is, to me, they need that show. You need that another show for qualification for female bodybuilding, because the numbers are getting so low. We're only technically counting Chicago, New York, Tampa, Atlanta, and that's like 4 shows here in the States, 2 in Canada, that's 6. and the 3 overseas, that's 9. And and then with the loss of Puerto Rico, which would have been 10, and then with the loss of the Savannah show would have been 11. You would have at least, if it wasn't for that, 14 women. And then you still have competitors like Arsenio Barreto and Lavinia Rodriguez. I think Barreto's probably going to do Portugal because she competed last year and she didn't get a qualification there, but she didn't get a qualification. She won at the Spain show, and she did get a qualification at Romania, which will cut out another body. You know, so it's just numbers so far, few between. This is from man Roy says. Christina can beat Andrea if she's on. The updates are crazy as fuck. I like Christina Mendoza, but honestly said again, she's been not. Even though with her updates, I don't think she's gonna beat Andrea. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like her. She has to qualify at a show to be Andrea first. So if she goes to Chicago and loses to Melissa Tyke, that means the only chance she has is either Tampa or Atlanta. Because I know she's not gonna go overseas and do any shows. She might try to do Toronto. We don't know that. She might try to do Toronto. I would say try to do Toronto. But there's only so few shows that she can get qualification. She has to win. And if she doesn't win, there's no point in her thinking about her beating Andrea. God bless Jake Wood. He single-handedly kept Women's Bodybuilding alive. And truthfully it is, but he really needs some more support. And I keep saying this. I know there's guys out there who got deep pockets, who is a big fan of female bodybuilding, who feels like the shows getting so few for women's bodybuilding. Come together. Reach out. There's promoters that have shows where they don't have one division, or they don't have women's bodybuilding. Talk to these promoters. Put up the money and say it like this. Hey, it's like you're not gonna make much money off of it. Say I'm not worried about it. I got money like where it's just me doing something for women's bodybuilding. Or get together. Would be great. We have a coalition of guys who are fan of women's bodybuilding, who gets together, put up the money, go to these promoters, and also you got to pay a sanction fee. If you put up the money for the prize money and the sanction fee money, and the promoters don't have to worry about it, there's a really you're the one who put the money for it. They're good. They have it long as someone else has put up the money for it. Because really the money comes from sponsors, not from the promoter, from sponsors. And, if you feel like, hey, I might not get much back for it, don't worry about it. You can write it off as a donation. They allow rich guys to do that. Here, this is something I saw this morning on Female Body Channel also, and this is compared to that. She was up and comer, but looks like she might be coming back. She took a dip out because of medical issues, and that is Hunter Henderson. Now, the update on Hunter Henderson is that seeing her with Hoda Lopez, she has confirmed she will be back in stage in 2024. This athlete killed it during the 2021 debut, and we can't wait to see what type of game she will reveal in 2024. This is going to be epic female bodybuilding. It's going to be epic. And like I said, it'd be great to see Hunter back because she looks pretty impressive. She won the first bodybuilding show back in 2021. Then earned a pro card. That's no more than maybe a few months after she won at the at Omaha at the Midwest NBC show, and then turned around and took second to one personally at Tampa. And and she looked like she made a few gains. She was really impressive. And like I said, she's still young. I think she's in her mid-20s now, about almost 30. And she has a good physique, good look to her. I feel like she probably, maybe if she had stayed steady for a little bit longer, I think she probably would have maybe got an Olympic qualification. last year. You know, but like I said, with so few shows that year, you know,
Yeah.
it's very impressive.
So, question, George.
Yeah.
Now that we've gotten all that out of the way, who do you think is going to be competing at the Toronto? Other than the people we already know is competing.
Let's see. We could say maybe Christina Mendoza. She wants to have a chance. I wouldn't sit there and wait too long. You know. Um,
What is the
this,
status of Mona Poshio?
I don't know. You know, Mona moved to Texas a while back, so she can come back to Canada. That's where she was living. I think she was living in. Was she living in Toronto or was she living in Vancouver? I can't remember where she was living before. Yeah,
Toronto.
Toronto. So she might, because she's probably it'd be easy for us to go to Toronto, stay there for a little bit, and then go ahead and do the show there. You know. Let's see. Um, there's Tana Huey, who I know. Tana Huey, she says she's
Yeah.
gonna be. I think she says she's gonna do the show. She hadn't done a show since 2021. She said she didn't want to do 2022 because she felt like she was like cheated out of opportunity, in 2021. But she should have went ahead and done it in 2022. But that was her choice. I know Melina Perron is going to be doing the show. Because I remember in an interview said she had one of the guys who promotes the show said he wanted to do the show. You know, um, maybe some other Canadian bodybuilders, not that many of them, and also maybe some European bodybuilders. I know Vera Makova competed that show back in 2019. She took, I think, second or third that year. So, she might come back. Uh, here is my man Roy says Melissa can never beat Christina with that big waist. Well, you never say never, you know, but you can never say. He says also, Roy says, this man KL the Wonder says, George, be a promoter, George. I don't have the deep pockets and the people to back me as a promoter, so I wish I did. I don't have the expertise. You got to understand. Most of the best people, show people are in the sport. I'm an outsider. I wouldn't make a good promoter. I wouldn't know where to go or talk to. I don't have the expertise in that. I don't have the game value. If you're someone like Tim Gardner, you're someone like Gary Udit, like Linda Murray, her name value gets. That's why she is a promoter. You know, I'm nobody, so I wouldn't make a good promoter because no one would want to put money behind me, even if I do pick the right divisions because they don't know who I am. So that's why it's usually you get somebody who has established in the business. Um,
So, two names I'm thinking of that might compete that I could think of is Sylvia Mata, the Italian one. Is she still competing?
well, she's doing the show of Masters. I know one time she said she was.
Uh,
Yeah, I know one time she said she was retiring, but I don't know if she can do this show. She might. She was there last year working the booth when they had booths at the Toronto. Because I remember saw a picture with her and Michelle Jen. You know, Michelle
yeah,
Jen. That's
and
another
another
one.
name. Yeah, Michelle Jean could compete. Robin Hillis, what's the name? Is
Oh, Robin Hillis. No, I heard that. I think she retired,
uh,
but you never know. She might come out back. She just got married last year, but you never know. She might come out of retirement and compete. You know. Also, man, K one says he likes Heather Henderson. He says she has nice shape. She does. And says and nice thumb up. Okay. And man, Roy says Tannehill is criminally underrated. Yeah, and she looks amazing. I know Tanner. She looks amazing. She looked great at Vancouver, and she said she want to do more shows here in the states. I know Melina said the same thing in the interview, and says it Tanner. She want to do more shows in the states. You know. I know Melissa, she lives in a very, very, very cold climate in Saskatchewan. She says she wants to come down here and do some shows. She might want to. She said she might want to do Atlanta or maybe Tampa. But it's expensive for her because she has a little business. It's expensive, it costs a lot of money. But that's why I say, hey, anybody out there who's interested in reach out to these ladies and maybe sponsor them. You know, like hey, get together, guys. Some of you guys get together. You can pull a few bucks together. Reach out to these ladies. Say, hey, I want to sponsor you. I know you want to do a show here in the states. I just cover your travel fees, and you just come on down. That could really help a lot of these ladies. That could. I think.
Yeah, not to take away from any of the current Canadian competitors, but I feel like we really are missing some of the old classic competitors that we used to have that were just so amazing. Oftentimes, like really the top two, top six competitors like Diana Cadeau, Kathy Lee Francois, Sophia what butchering that name beyond all belief. That's the ones I can think of.
Nicole Ball, but she will with the physique after a while.
Let's see, Christine Roth to a certain extent. Yeah, there's just a lot of really amazing Canadian competitors back in the day, and it just seems like, because it's that unfortunately I can't really think of not too many like that are really in that top position. Though even she's been declining a bit in prestige.
We can't forget about Nikki Chartre because Nikki she moved back to Canada a while back after she left Arizona, so she might be doing this show.
Yeah.
Because she hadn't competed since 2021. She wasn't part of the ambassador program last year. I think from I saw when she did like a little thing when she posted what she missed being back home, so she went back to Canada. There's also a couple others. I just in the top of my head, but it's up to them. They're going to compete this show or not. Like I said, there's so few shows of qualification. Once you get this show out of Vancouver out of the way, it cuts down to all the shows that are here in the backyard, here in the States, down to 3. Because, like I said again, you don't really count the, even though it is Olympic qualification, you don't really count it, the Rise of Phoenix. So the fact is that as long as you have people who already get the qualification by winning the show, or
it doesn't help that there's no points as well.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is that the points they use that excuse to say because there were so many competitors at the last show. But here's the thing, like this: if you go back, like what I do is like you go into MC News Online, and they show you the list of the shows over the past years. You can see there's a lot more shows, and many of those shows are mostly either bikini. Just got bikini because there's still one Dr. Christina did the show on the weekend where she competed in women's 50 plus in masters. It's bikini show, just all this bikini, open women 40 plus, women 50 plus, and she competed that show. She was something happened. I mean, she posted that something happened that she was almost late to do the show, but and then you have shows where you just have exclusively men's physique or men's classic or wellness. So if you look at like let's see, I'm gonna pull this up here real quick. If you look at they were saying because like I said again, it's the top 3 points competitors for each division. All right, and that's okay. That's 10 divisions, 30 people. Now, if you're complaining about 3 extra people per division, where in which you have so many shows, it's not the fault of the competitors, it's the fault of the promoters. Some of these promoters are getting these shows together where you have like 1 or 2 divisions at the show. But it's not that. Then it's just about the number of the shows. It's not so much about if you just take away the point system. It's about the number of shows. Okay. Now I'm gonna do a little. Pull this up in a second. I'm gonna go a little back to 2019. And all right, let me pull this up. It should be. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna show you. Okay. Now, this is just the IFB shows in 2019. All right. I'm gonna put it up here. Now, okay. These are just the shows in 2019. Now, if you look at it, what's going on here? I don't know why it's doing that. Well, I don't know why it's doing that. It should be posting the shows. I don't know why it's doing it in StreamYard. Let me.
StreamYard once again.
Yes, StreamYard is. Let me do this. Just tell the screen and see. But if you look at the shows 2019, the shows they have for 2019 is what they have now. Not so many shows. They had so many shows in 2019 is what the shows they have now for 2020 for 2023. Meaning that they already were just halfway through the season, and it they already what's it? I think they have at least what's it? They will pull it up in a second. It should come up here. All right, I should be able to bring it up. There you go. All right. Now this is 2023. All right. We already, it's a good way through the season. And this is the shows they have for 2023. This is the IFBB Pro shows. All right. Now, if we go clock the clock back to, this is actually 2020. This is 2019. This is 2019 season. Shows, I think, no, this is 2023.
2023. Yeah, the race says that.
Okay, 2020. These shows already have for 2023. So we go back to 2019.
Then hit submit.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry. Now.
Yeah, it's radically different. Like by a mile, and a lot of people could say, "Well, this is because of COVID," and it's like, kind of, but not.
Well, 2019 we had COVID yet. It didn't.
Yeah, I know. I mean, no. I meant because of 2023.
Yeah.
Because of COVID and loss of profits and all that other stuff. But yeah, that's only partial explanation for it all.
Yeah. But then you go. Then you go back to 2020. We go to 2020. Submit, say. And then we did lose some shows because some shows were canceled. Some shows were but still, that was 2020. All right, because we lost some shows because every lot was canceled. Now we go to 2021. And it seemed like it was like business as usual.
Yeah.
And look at you. See, like you had way more shows because everybody the new standards put in.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like the best. Do they have the entire list on there? I mean, I'm just trying to be like a bit of a skeptic on that.
Well, Really, if you don't count, like I say, don't count NPC shows. Just count the IFBB Pro shows. Because you put in the NPC shows, that's a long list. But you said exclusively just the IFBB shows, and compared to 2022, seeing that the list has gotten longer.
I don't know if the 2023 list is fully complete yet.
It's
They have
not fully
it all
complete.
out. Yeah,
Hmm.
so we'll have to see, but yeah, it does feel like they have been canceling some shows recently as well.
Yeah.
But hey, George, unfortunately, I get to go because I get to get ready for work. So I'm going to check one out, but I will be buying the Toronto live stream, and we will be talking about it Monday. Hopefully at a better time. If not, it is what it is. Um, uh, and, hopefully we'll get out the schedule soon for it.
Yeah, probably posted like Wednesday.
Yep.
So, you
All
didn't want to get all the bodies, so then we'll talk about it.
right. Peace.
All right, peace. All right, that's Jen. He has to go to work, and he has things to do. I understand that. A man here, Natalia says Mass is comparable to Prime Dennis James. She's insanely big. There's a picture of Natalia. I think she's working with Dennis James. I believe she is. Roy, because I think I saw a picture of her. Let me see. Go back to IG. Yeah, and I think she's working with Dennis James. You know, I'm not sure. I saw. I think she's working with Dennis James. You know, it's a picture of her somewhere. I saw it. Wait a minute. No, it's can't remember if I saw it on her IG or I know I saw a picture of her somewhere with Dennis James. Because he was at New York. But if it would tell you, her conditioning, like I said, one thing is a big distraction is that might kind of hurt her a bit. Is most definitely, these thingies. I think, I think it can. I think it might hurt her a bit. I know breast is very important. Breast makes women feel feminine, but when they're too large, it can take away overall physique. Around by the shoulders, she just needs some work on. Her quads are pretty impressive, you know. But like I said again, Andrew's gonna be tough to beat. Andrea is just she is nearly the total package. You know, great femininity. She doesn't need. And I hope Andrea. This is one thing I hope Andrea would never do is get silicone balloons. I hope she never does that. Stay natural. When people say like, "We are natural," she take that meaning that she doesn't get, you know, anything that's not artificial. Which I mean is, silicone, anything. I know she does take certain performance enhancers, and she's not natural, but I mean not going out and get a pair of silicone balloons. Yeah, it does can take away from the overall look of her physique sometimes. So, but anyway, oh, that's Roy. Hey, Roy.
Hello.
Hey, aren't you a
Hey,
little? You're up a little late again.
yeah, I thought of talking to you once again.
Well, I appreciate it. I know you need to get your sleep. I appreciate you coming through. But I
No,
feel
it's around 12 right now. It's not so late, so
that's
it's
good.
fine.
Yeah, 12 not too bad. I don't want you to be up to like 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Natalia, she might give a run for money, but if where they going in the last couple of years, they're going away from the women who are too well endowed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a distraction, but I think you can see the upper chest, but if you see like Andrea's, like you can see the pecs of the middle as well. So there are three pecs. So so if like you have like those kind of like breast implants which are huge, so you cannot see the middle part. So the judging has to be based just on the upper chest. So it does give a kind of a disadvantage to her. That's true.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And she's young. She's attractive. It's like
Yeah,
I
she's very
said.
beautiful.
Yeah, but it's all about what the judges want. She's still a bit soft in the rear end. She has to really bring in her conditioning in the glutes. You know,
Mm-hmm,
you can't be once you walk that fine line.
hmm.
You can't be too,
Too massive, yeah.
but you can't be too feminine. They, it's it's
Yeah,
it's it's, it's hard for us ladies trying to find that mix.
yeah. But there's a thing like about the procedures as well. So she definitely has like Botox on the cheeks and things like that. So unless you do that, you're that lean, but your face is still like blooming. Like if you see Margie's face, then Chelsea's face, their face is like always like a normal person. So like they do some procedures on the face, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
So not everybody does that. So the ones who does the procedures and everything on their face, their face is still feminine and beautiful and all those things, but you need
Yeah,
to do that if you want to keep that.
yeah, I know. I saw Chelsea Dion. She did some work. She just worked her lips.
Yeah.
I think last week,
Hmm.
and I know they don't want women to be too dried out and hard looking. That's the
Yeah,
thing, but that still
but
costs money.
Angela's still pretty.
Yeah,
Sorry, Andrea's still pretty, like with her face sunk in and things like that.
she has a great smile, great, very good bone
Yeah,
structure.
her
You know,
smile is very beautiful. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's like I said, Chad quite cracked with if like I said, Helen don't come in best condition.
Hmm.
Chad probably can crack the top three.
Uh, I think Hella this year probably it will be hard for her. Maybe,
Hmm.
might be. Who
Yeah.
knows? Like, she was out of shape a bit. Like her conditioning was not there, and she kind of always has the blocky structure. I don't want to say this, but I've always preferred Margie over Hella Trevino.
Hmm.
Always.
I feel like this. Honestly, I think Hella should got fifth. Baraka should got third, and
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah. I also felt that exactly. Branca
yeah.
was like outwardly this year.
Hmm. We got a man here, Rolando G. He's just saying, KL, I see you guys talking about the ladies again. Shout out to George and fellas at work. Yeah, shout out to you, Rolando. And also, he says, Chelsea Dion, not much a fan. She has a slim look, a little still ripped. Yeah. She, like I said, Chelsea's physique kind of aligns with, the person
Mhm.
name I don't talk about his channel anymore because they have that
She.
same. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
Yeah, we don't talk about her name. They had the big broad shoulders. They had the
Yeah.
slim lower body and huge jump.
Mhm.
And I would love to see those two, go head to head at Olympia, but we all know what happened in that
Mhm.
situation. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
Chelsea, I thought Chelsea. I did and we did that live stream with Chelsea a while back, and I thought she said you could take a break, but I think I don't know. I was surprised that she was on the list for Rising Phoenix. I thought she was going to just relax, chill out, work on a few things, then come back.
She might not get her qualification this year. Might. There are very few shows. So
Yeah, so very few shows, and that's why I
yeah,
say
and the competition is very high.
yeah, because everybody wants to,
Mhm.
you're gonna see like after what happened last year with so few women not competing in these shows. you know, like I said, the indie show got dropped because the guy who's running that show, he couldn't even keep it anymore. They didn't want to go who's expensive for him.
Mhm.
Got kicked out Omaha because there were only two women from last year. And then I'm surprised about the whole Puerto Rico Pro thing. I'm like, what's going on? I mean, that's I
There's a lot
mean,
of money involved in this as well, so
yeah. And the thing
nobody's
is,
coming to watch.
yeah, and, because about me is like say they don't do pay per views in Puerto Rico, so maybe he should move to someplace else where people like I say you got to go. Thing is like a lot of people not going to travel too far, even though Puerto Rico isn't technically United States territory. You can just fly down there. The same process flying to you don't have to do. You don't need a passport. You just jump on a plane. It's just cheaper to go there than sometimes even some other places here in the states. But it's too much out of the way now. I know I was talking with one lady said, they should have they had a show and they used to have a show in Hawaii a couple of years because at the time when that hurricane hit Puerto Rico Maria, they couldn't do Puerto Rico Pro for a long time. For they did it in Hawaii a couple of years, then they did it in the Bahamas for a bit. They can go back. I mean, if you can get a promoter who might want to do that, maybe do a show in Hawaii. I mean, a lot of ladies would love to do a show in Hawaii. The weather is perfect. Especially just surrounding this time of year where you don't have to worry about too much about, hurricane season don't start up yet till later. I think, right around between, I think, June and July would be perfect to do a show in Hawaii.
Well, the shows that are in India, like in my country, there's a category for women's bodybuilding as well. So if these people are getting their pro cards from here, so they can also like compete in the Miss Olympia, you know? Like, I'm
They
just
got,
asking. I don't know about that.
but they had to
Like,
qualify. They had to really the guys are probably more likely to get a show
yeah,
for
the
men's
guys
bodybuilding.
do get it. So what
Yeah.
about the women? Like,
Mhm.
there's women's bodybuilding here as well.
Well, more likely most women have to come here to the States or maybe do a show like Portugal or Remaining Muscle Fest or this
So
European
these
Championship.
shows do not qualify them for Miss Olympia.
Unless I hadn't seen them on the list, no, I don't think so. Because if they were on the list, they would post them on the list for Olympic qualification. And now, unless for women's bodybuilding, unless it's a pro, it's a pro qualifier maybe, but I don't know about Olympic qualifiers. There's not enough
Yeah.
competitors to they're not going to do it. If there's not enough women competing to want to compete in Olympia, they're not going to do it.
And there is only one great female bodybuilder in India. There's only one in India.
Mhm. What she has to do is she has to go to a show here in the States
Yeah,
or in Europe.
it's
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, and like I said, I would say, if you know her or somebody knows her, tell her start stacking her chips now.
Mhm.
Start saving her if it's rubles. You say that's the money, and
Mhm.
start saving, and maybe try to pick a show which is I said again the closest show would be for her would be either
Mhm.
Romania or Spain.
See,
Yeah, or she could try Portugal. Those, because what I think Romania is a lot because Romania is for next year's Olympia for 2020 four.
yeah,
I would say she can go ahead and start stacking her chips now because that show's not to November. She got at least 4 months, 4 or 5 months. So start saving some money,
yeah.
and try to get to that show. That gets you qualification for next year's Olympia, and then if you can save a little more, maybe by the summer, I would say,
Oh my God,
yeah,
that's a lot of struggle she has to go through.
yeah, that's it's a lot of travel. But if she wants, if it's worth it for her, it's worth it. Because you know what, promoters not gonna. If promoters feel like they're not, there's no way they're gonna make real money back off
Mhm.
doing a show in India. They're not gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna either gonna do shows in Europe or do shows here in the States when they know they can get their money back out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And over here, like in United States, like this kind of like criticism about like women bodybuilder, like over here, it's more. Huh?
Yeah.
Over here, like it's more misogyny here. So
Because your country is a little bit more traditional than.
traditional, I would say like um I shouldn't say bad things, but like misogyny, racism, everything exists. So
Yeah, but some
yeah.
some places, especially misogyny, especially in many of the Asian countries, Latin
Mhm.
countries, is a little bit more compared to America and in many European countries. But still, it's
Mhm.
there. But it's excuse me, it's a little bit more prevalent compared to because it's here in the states, but it's kind
Mhm.
of it's kind of like it's not as blatant. It's out there. You hear guys talking about, hey, you shouldn't be, you shouldn't try to be a man, yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
I think other countries are a little bit more extreme.
Extreme. Like the thing. Like I was like seeing a comment of an Indian guy. Like he was a man of like 40 years old maybe. Like he commented, "तुझसे कोई शादी नहीं करेगा," which means like nobody is going to marry you. Who's going to marry you? Things like that. So like these are the kind of comments they put like on Natalia's Instagram. Some of the Hindi comments, like I go and read them and like seriously, who's gonna marry her? Like who is
Now,
like the
I
person who's
think
gonna marry her is gonna be lucky. Yeah.
for well, I think I've seen her. I think she actually has a girlfriend,
Natalia, like Kovaleva or Kovaleva.
Kovaleva. Yeah, I believe. I'm not.
Kovaleva.
Maybe I saw some old pictures of her with hanging out with a girl. Maybe that was a sister. Maybe that was a friend. But I think she might
Mhm.
have a girlfriend. She might have a man because sometimes ladies don't like. What I heard
Um,
about, particularly one of my favorites, she has a boyfriend, but he's kind of behind the
uh,
scenes.
uh,
Some of these ladies.
she's probably bisexual because she's very
Yeah,
feminine.
yeah,
Yes, she's very feminine.
yeah.
So she's
There's a
probably
lot of
bisexual.
yeah. There's someone who I know who I found out who are have girlfriends or who are married or have even those that even have a boyfriend and there's quite a few female bodybuilders that are bisexual.
Yeah.
People don't put it out there. That's their private. You see, you don't know about it unless you hear about it. I remember one guy told me how he's from the Bahamas and he used to go and some of the ladies that he knew that bodybuilders would come down there and they would have fun and have fun with them and he told me one time
Mhm.
one chick that I'm not going to mention her name. They fucked. They you know she had a girlfriend. Her
Uh,
girlfriend came with her, and he was in a threesome.
wow.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
That's good. They
there's
had a
some,
lot of fun,
yeah,
surely.
yeah. There's some women who are like they are strictly dickly. There's some women who are sometimes they feel like a nut, sometimes they don't.
Mhm.
You know,
Bodybuilder fetish. Generally, men who have like who are like coliosexual, they have more attraction towards female bodybuilders. Actually, there's a orientation coliosexual. So
I mean,
there's another term for like people who are attracted to muscular females. That's coliosexual. You can search it out.
well, sometimes I think most time it's not just that, but also I think some guys just find them like me. I find them attractive because maybe
Attractive.
because when I was coming up,
Yeah, because it's sexual. It's nothing bad about it. Like
yeah,
like in a straight man, there's categories. So if you're attracted to that, so like you can be coliosexual and things like that because you have a fetish on or maybe a kink towards that thing. So that can be.
yeah. Because like I said, when I was coming up, like Western female bodybuilding that came in a good part of the '80s, and I grew up with
Mhm.
people like Rich McLeish and Corey Everson and Carla Dunlap and Bev Francis and Andrea Langer and
Mhm.
Juliet Bergman, and then it just kind of evolved over the years for me. Like just one of
Yeah.
my like just saw this one of my favorite wrestlers, Jordan Grace. Have you heard of
Yeah.
Jordan Grace?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
she
been following her since her debut on
yeah
Impact. Yeah.
she she she's right now. Her contract impact is supposed to be
Mhm.
up because she fought against Dion Parasso just this weekend, and she
Mhm.
lost. And said that right now her contract's in the air, and she's thinking about if she could either go to AEW or WWE. The thing is, if she goes to
Yeah.
WWE,
She's extremely talented. Somebody will get her.
well, if she goes to WWE, what will happen is that
Oh
two
my
things that
God.
happen. Yeah,
I want her to see her in WWE. Her
mm,
versus Rhea Ripley is gonna be a dream match. Yeah.
yeah. But the thing when she goes to WWE, what's going to happen is that she has to give up her
Mhm.
OnlyFans, and that's a lot of money she makes off of that.
Mhm.
Because WWE is supposed to be very more wholesome. That new contract with UFC now. She
Yeah.
had to give her OnlyFans, and then more likely she's gonna have to change her name because you know how it is. Sometimes they make them change their names,
Mhm.
and also, she can't do independence much anymore because when she's with
Yeah.
when she with Impact, she can wrestle with different federations. Don't not big. They're not big name federations,
Mhm.
but these smaller federations
Mhm.
here and there. These little
Mhm.
independent organizations. But with,
Mhm.
with WWE, she's exclusive to them. Then there's a chance that she might just do um, NXT, and she'll sit there for a
Mhm.
while.
Mhm.
And if they ever bring up to the big show,
Mhm.
or they might
Mhm.
they might put in straight into either SmackDown or Raw. It's all depends.
SmackDown over. Yeah.
Now,
Um, but I don't think she kind of looks like China. Um, you definitely know China, right?
yeah, I know China.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah,
say
kind
she
of like
kind of looked.
China. Yes.
I wouldn't say that. China
She's
was,
shorter, much shorter. Yeah.
I wouldn't say kind of, but like I said, yeah, China was a different level. China was
Yeah.
taller, broader. Yeah.
There's a look in her.
The look,
It's different.
her image is that of China's, but you
Hmm.
got to remember when she started, she was a bit of a chunky girl. She was a little thicker.
Yeah, she was thicker, and she was a legitimate bodybuilder when she started with Degeneration X.
Hmm.
She was a completely bodybuilder kind of physique she had.
Yeah,
She was a bodybuilder as well, so
China
she
actually
was
did
a
some.
bodybuilder.
China did Joey Lord. She did some bikini stuff before she came a bodybuilder full time. And remember,
Mhm.
she wrestled the same school with Triple H. That was the Killer
Yeah.
Kowalski school.
Hmm.
Yeah, because they came up together. Might as well say that was a friend of his.
Hmm.
She worked her way up doing like some of these small independent organizations before she got
Hmm.
big time. But Jordan, you know, I think she really wants to focus on her career in bodybuilding a little more. She,
Yeah,
she
I think that will be better. That will be better.
mhm.
Like,
Well, like I
mm,
said, one thing is that with that is bodybuilding is not very lucrative. You don't make a lot of money.
yeah,
So this
she
is
made a
why,
lot of money. In fact, being a
yeah,
knockouts champion is a
yeah.
very very big thing.
But then, like I said again, if she goes to WWE, she has to give her for OnlyFans.
Mhm.
That's something that helps pay for her career for a good bit.
Um, if she gets to WWE, her bodybuilding career is over.
Yes, they wouldn't want
Yeah,
her to do any like
absolutely not.
she does bodybuilding, a lot of powerlifting.
Mhm.
They want her to limit that. So
Yeah,
that's
and
why.
her and some of the like because of like she's totally into bodybuilding, so her voice has changed a bit. I'm not sure if the WWE wants that in their company.
Mhm.
I don't think they would want that. You know,
Yeah. So
that
probably
would
more
bring
like,
a lot of negativity.
yeah. So she might either stay with Impact, they're just gonna renew a contract, or she can go to
Mhm.
AEW. But that's
Yeah,
also
AEW is going to be nice place, and it's a very inclusive place. You know, like you have like transgender like Nyla Rose. She's the first ever transgender athlete. Um, you know, so it's a very inclusive place. So being a female bodybuilder and jumping into AEW would be amazing for her.
hmm yeah. I think it's up to her where she wants to go. My man KL says China made me want to watch wrestling in the '90s. Well, I was watching wrestling before China. I mean, I used to like to watch wrestling when I was coming up. Guys like Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Magna TA.
Uh, I was not
She,
born back then.
yeah, he wasn't. Chief Wahoo McDaniel. I mean, I grew up a good part of the '80s where wrestling was really big. I mean, and I like to, I don't watch it much anymore. I mean, I might watch it on like on the internet. Like there's a title
Mhm.
match that comes on
Mhm.
YouTube, or I watch it on there's a show called Wow comes on regular television.
Wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they post matches every day.
yeah, it's kind of a throwback of an old TV show called Glow. The guy who runs
Yeah.
it used to work on Glow. He
Hmm.
was that was ran by Sylvester Stallone's wife. I mean, not his wife, his mother, Jackie Stallone. Jackie Stallone, his mother ran that back in the day,
Let's see.
and it's just kind of like it's one of the few only all women's organization right
All
now.
women's, yes.
There's another one called Mission Pro.
They have a female bodybuilder in there.
There's a chick.
Twana, her name was Twana Barnett, yes. Um, yeah,
I know.
Twana Barnett. She's a female bodybuilder, yes.
Is that a chick?
She's in the lineup. Yeah.
Is that the chick the Beast?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because you look like she used to be a bodybuilder. She looks like it. I think
Yeah.
she look like by looks of it, she probably was figure. She's not that big. She probably was
She's
figure.
right now. She's not that big, but she used to be big. Like I went through some of her photos. She was big. Like side by side with Margie Marvelous. I saw one picture of her.
Uh,
She used to be bigger. Yeah.
do me a favor, post her name in the comment section, Roy, and let me see if I can maybe pull some up on her. Can spell a name. You have to get out the. Okay, he had to probably get to jump over. Let me see. So yeah, and yeah, I see that chick, the Beast, and and she looked like at one point she used to compete, but she probably uh like a lot of ladies. There's a good number of women like Trish Stratus used to be a bodybuilder. She was more of a model. You know, I think I remember. You know, Midnight was a bodybuilder. Anne Marie Crooks, Asia, uh, Kristen Wolf, um, a couple of others. I'm trying to remember. Tawana Bennett. I see it. Let me see if I can pull out. Let me see if I can pull her up. And Roy just came back. All right.
She's an amazing athlete.
Yeah.
She's
Let me
quite
see.
good and doing moves
Let me
pretty well.
see. Let me see if I can pull up some pictures. She may have some
We're
pictures up.
talking about wrestling, by the way. It's cool anyway.
Let me see if she has. 'Cause- Yeah, I think she did compete. This is we get here. This is one picture we
I
got.
think she was in NPC competition.
Yeah, it looked like she might have been physique for a minute. Here he is. Here we go. Oh. Yeah, because I looked at her. I see, like I said, seen her a few times. I said she looked like she used to be a bodybuilder. You know, she's very impressive. She's out because of a leg injury because somebody attacked her. Let's see. Let me scroll around a little bit. And she goes by Tawana Bennett Ferguson. You know, there's this.
She's very beautiful, by the way, don't you think so?
See, she has a Sardis. So let me see her Sardis. Let me see. She could. Oh yeah, she competed back in the day. Oh
Yeah. You didn't know that?
no, I didn't. Like I said, if she
You
competed,
didn't research about
if she competed in physique, a lot of these ladies in physique, I didn't follow till later on because, like I said, I was a big fan of physique division. From the pictures I've seen here on Stardust, she competed. I think she looked like she competed at the looked like Chicago Pro. You know, just a few pictures here and there. Just looking at her Stardust. Looks like it was a Chicago Pro. I
she
think.
had good genetics, by the way.
Yeah, she's impressive.
Really tiny waist, broad shoulders. She still has the shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
She's in great shape.
yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I know now she goes by the Beast.
Yeah.
So
And she looks intimidating though. Kind of like Brock Lesnar.
yeah. Well, Brock's a big boy.
Yeah.
He
So
drops a
is
lot of
she.
size. Maybe a while back he got a little bit under the weather.
Yeah.
She has an IG, but no,
Who do
that
you think has the best physique in among
that's
all the women in
that's
wrestling?
another one of it. Who?
Who do you think has the best physique in all of wrestling? Women.
Let me see.
I'd say Jake Cargill.
I it's between Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
I think Jade is more like cut. She's more conditioned. more shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah. I think yeah. Oh man.
A bit bigger on the shoulders, a bit more separated biceps.
Yeah. I
She's
mean, my man, Kara wants it. Tawana Barnett. I seen her years back. Yeah, like I said, it felt like she. I didn't know she was IFB pro level. I thought maybe like she was NPC level. She competed a few shows here and then, and eventually, it's not like it's quite a few. Joy's doing the reverse. You're seeing female bodybuilders coming from bodybuilding to wrestling, and she's going from wrestling to bodybuilding. There's also another lady. She wrestles. She wrestles on a NWA. Her name is Camilla.
yeah, Camille
Camille.
Brickhouse.
Camille. 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 I think it's
Um, she does figure shows. She's in figure.
uh yeah, I think that's the name Camille. Let me see if I got a name right.
Yeah. I think Camille's natural. She looks natural. Her,
Yeah.
Jade Cargill, Bianca, Rhea Ripley. Most of these ladies are natural, I guess. Most of these.
hmm Well, natural as natural can be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bianca's actually natural. She's a legitimate athlete. Then you have Tiffany Stratton. She has an amazing physique. A lot of ladies have amazing physique these days. Sol Ruka, that new woman in NXT, she has outstanding physique. Looks like a statue.
There's another lady. I think she's a wrestler,
Tiffany
but
Stratton,
also
she was a figure competitor. Tiffany
she.
Stratton.
There's another lady. I think she also competes and she wrestles. She wrestles on AEW. Her name is Kayla Rossi.
Taylor Rossi. Oh, she's in wellness. Yes, she's in wellness. She still competes. Yes,
Which is
still
wellness.
competes, and she's
No,
famous. She's quite famous.
wellness. Yeah, I thought she.
Mm-hmm.
By looks for she looks close to figure. But yeah, if you look at the
She has a
quads.
very big butt. So,
Yeah, you look at the quads and the butt. Yeah, it's
yeah,
wellness.
yeah.
Yeah. So those wellness girls are as diesel as some of the women in
Uh,
physique
I
and
want their legs.
yeah, the
I
way
want their legs.
yeah. My man says George is biased. So if I'm biased, I'm biased. That's your problem, not mine. Roy, you are into exotic wrestling featuring women's bodybuilders?
Um, maybe.
Well, if that's what you like, I mean, I used to watch some of those videos. Wasn't much into it, but I used to watch some of them. You know, I remember there's one. It was a video with the late Don Whittingham, and it was she was it was her and this black dude, and it was like pretty much butt naked. And that was around the year when after she got her huge giant jugs, and she left bodybuilding for a good minute, and she was doing that for a good bit. It's fun video to watch. It's very erotic, but But anyway, like I said, this season, we have so few shows. It's opportunity for flip qualification is going to be really stiff. I think we'll see a lot of women jumping on shows like Chicago, Tampa. You might even see some girls go as far as Portugal and Europa to Spain to get the Olympic qualification because opportunities are getting far and few between. And maybe next year, if some promoters, you know, step up,
Yeah.
maybe sponsors step up, maybe get the opportunity for women's bodybuilding where they don't have to be so many few shows for Olympic qualification. Is if like I said, this all it takes is one woman do a show and she already got a qualification. It's going to knock the number down to less than to about 12, even less. We don't want to see that happen. Women's bodybuilding just came back. We want to see it grow. You just need people to step up and say, you know what, we
Yeah.
want opportunity for them to expand. Maybe, like I said, sad that we lost both Savannah and the Puerto Rico Pro. Pissed off that they kicked women's bodybuilding out of the Omaha.
Yeah.
There's a show in Spain they was having because they had two competitors that kicked it out too. That's some BS. I mean, maybe this opportunity for a lot of ladies who are other side of the border who are in bodybuilding who want opportunity. If more of them jump in that show, they probably wouldn't have kicked it out, but they did. And and my man says, Don't get mad, Joker. Well, if the Joker gets mad, and I got the wrong guy on here for my talk about if I get mad, you would know, my friend. But I just feel just need to know. Now, who you want to see? Who you think you might want to see compete at Toronto this weekend? Roy?
Oh, you asking me?
Yeah, you.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm
Um,
talking to KO.
uh, Toronto. Um, Toronto. By the way, like, can I, can you say me the competitors once? Like,
well,
it's all mixed up between the Atlanta, then Chicago, and everything.
well, Toronto's coming up this Sunday. Now
Sunday.
we already know that Judy Welso. I
Yeah.
know
No, she's not doing it.
Teresa Vasic is doing that show.
Oh,
Uh,
Teresa. Teresa will dominate everybody.
yeah, Tana Hughes doing the show. And I know when I did an interview with Melina Perron, she said she's doing the show.
Hmm.
We don't know who else is confirmed yet because they had fixed the list, so we probably won't see the
For
list.
now, Teresa all day.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can beat her from the back.
Yeah, she just one thing. She needs some legs.
I think she has everything. If she nails her conditioning, she's second at the Olympia. She has everything.
Mm-hmm.
She's got everything.
She don't have everything because she hadn't gotten the top 3 in the Olympia last year, but now
Yeah,
with
because like the conditioning was way off, way off.
mm-hmm,
So if she nails it, she will be at the top.
mm-hmm.
There's a lot of mass she carries in her.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, she like I said with Bronca out this year, retired, and Marge retired.
Uh,
That could be she probably can crack top 5, but top 3 is gonna be tough as long as you have
she
Angela.
might. She might.
Yeah, and it's
I
gonna
think Melissa is going to be shocking a lot of people this year. Melissa Take. She's nasty condition.
mm-hmm, yeah.
She's nasty. She's nasty. My God.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah. Well, Roy, brother, I'd like to thank you for coming through and sitting here for
Yeah.
a bit and just giving your thoughts. I'd like to thank my man, the hand of the Emperor Jen, for coming through. I'd like to thank KL the Wanderer, Rolando G, all the other people who came here, listen, subscribe, watch the video. You can leave in the comment section who you want to see compete at Toronto. What competitors you want to see in the upcoming shows. I think we have after that we have Toronto. That's in this weekend coming. Then I think in a couple of weeks is Chicago, and after that is Atlanta, and then you have Tampa, and then
And like Milash.
yeah,
She's already getting her qualification.
I
She's
think
looking crazy.
Mela. If I think even if Michaela came in conditioning, I don't think she's gonna be.
Yeah. She's never beating her.
No, I think I like Mila. I was talking with her.
Mila will peak for that show as well because she's like primary focus on that show. She has nothing in between. So she will probably peak for that show, and it will be extremely hard for Canada to beat her. Impossible.
Yeah, I think if I have Michaela, I think since she lives in Florida, you might as well just focus on Tampa, or you can try Chicago.
No, Chicago, no chance.
Mm.
Melissa has like the shape, the genetics. Like her waist is thicker, so she's probably not beating Christina because of that. Because of the waist, but all other things are checked in. So Michaela, I don't think she can beat her. And Melissa will come shredded. She will come shredded. So there's no point.
So it'd be best for Michaela maybe just to concentrate on Tampa.
Mm. Who knows? Let's see what the judges feel.
Yeah, we can all we can do is just wait and see. That's all we can do. Wait and see.
Yeah.
Well, like
Anybody
I said,
can.
yeah, like I said, anybody's game who's up to it, who has come to condition. But like I said, we do have a show. I know a lot of people guys you don't talk about much. We do have the Omaha coming up. We might talk about that show too. Even though I have women's bodybuilder, but it's still a level of women's bodybuilder that I need to talk about because I'm expanding my content I ain't going to talk about women's physique shows, even though they may not have women's bodybuilding active shows. But we're talking about because those women need to be recognized for their commitment to pastoral sport as well as anybody else. So anyway, like I said again, I'd like to thank my man Roy for coming through. I'd like to thank KL for coming through, all y'all coming through. I appreciate y'all support. I wish y'all the best of luck, and the ladies out there. I mean, I hope you do get the opportunity to get qualification, and maybe next year, more people can step up and give women's bodybuilding an opportunity to shine.
Ashley's stepping up for sure.
Yeah,
Her back is looking insane.
Yeah, it's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be tough to pick Miss
She's looking wide, like so freaking amazing. Ashley.
Yeah. Well, we hope best for her. Ashley, I think Ashley might need another year or two before she jumps over the women's bodybuilding.
Yeah, she will need one more year, but one more year she's gonna be unbeatable if she like nails it. Her back is looking so freaking amazing, and there's not a like single thing on her back. You don't achieve that with steroids. Like it's pure muscle there. Her
Genetic.
back is just outstanding. Exactly, absolutely stunning.
I
Her
think
voice is very feminine. She has no like beard, like the facial hairline. She's very, very, like you can say like her doses are probably very less. She has very feminine qualities, many feminine qualities in her. Ashley.
Yeah. Well, I hope she does good. I think she's a impressive physique. I think she has potential for women's bodybuilding. Just needs the time to stew a little bit because she was a physical competitor for a good while. Whether maybe see two or three more.
Fast.
Yeah, maybe a year or two more, and then see if she's ready to go up. She'll go up. Anyway, folks, I thank you for coming through. Appreciate your support. I wish you all the best of luck. As you know, this is Italy, and we're gonna start a new month. I mean, we're already halfway through the year.
Yeah.
God, it's gonna be summertime, folks. It's gonna get hot. We're used to it because you don't worry about winter where you see it. You don't get get too cold like we do. You do have to worry about the monsoon season. That's the bad thing for y'all. Yeah. Anyway, folks, I'd like to thank Roy for coming through. I'd like to thank my man KL, the Wanderer, coming through. Orlando G, my partner, hand of the Emperor Jen, for coming through. Support these women of bodybuilding. If you are someone out there who knows somebody who wants to see women's bodybuilding get more recognition, more opportunities, reach out to these people. You guys are out there. I know you're out there. Just come from under your rock. Don't be afraid. Admit that you're a fan and give these women the chance to shine. Anyway, it's me all the way, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk. Like, subscribe. I am out. Enjoy the rest of your week, folks.